My boyfriend set some ground rules. Am I abused? 18 female. My boyfriend is 21. He is everything I have ever dreamt of. He paid for all the dates, never asked to do anything sexual. One day he told me that before we make our relationship official, he wanted to set some ground rules. He said I can't have social media apps. I can't have male friends and that I needed to quit work, because he can pay for my expenses. I told him that he's being controlling, but he got upset and said that he just isn't comfortable with me having male friends and social media. This is how abuse starts. He wants to isolate you from your friends, and expects you to be fully dependent on him. And you have only met him for a few dates. Run and don't look back. This screams insecurity. He's trying to control you and your actions. And that's definitely a red flag. Thank you. He said you can't have social media apps, because it's toxic and damages your mental health. He said you can't have male friends, because humanity don't deserve you. He wants you to enjoy a life of luxury, even if it comes from a good place. He has no right to dictate how anyone else behaves. He can say I don't like that because it is damaging to your mental health. But he cannot say that she can't be on it. Or I guess he can say it because he did. But no one she accept that. Please stay safe. When someone wants to cut you off from the world sometimes, it's more than just insecurity. What is he? Your teacher? Run. Don't walk. Ground rules can help in a relationship, but these rules are just crazy. This is someone who intentionally or not, is gearing up to isolate you from the world, to make you completely codependent on them, which will later allow them to behave however they want, because your likelihood and ability to leave will be 0 to none. Like everyone said, run immediately. Block them, don't think about it again. Yes, the majority on here are saying that. I beg you, take everyone seriously. This is the express train to extreme domestic abuse. To highlight the seriousness of this, and where situations like this go, once you are friendless, jobless, in the comfy house he gives you, with nothing but a landline to call places. Approximately 3 women are killed daily in the US during domestic violence incidents. Think when you want to leave one day but you can't, because you have no funds, no friends. You're cut off from your family and he no longer allows you to have a phone. So you act out and he overreacts within reach of a firearm that you may or may not be aware of. Rape is very common in control-based domestic violence scenarios, because you are weak and have no one to run to. And you're afraid, so you're unlikely to fight back or report it. 90% of children of domestically abusive parents witness the abuse. Have a quick read around about the psychological outcomes of children of domestically abusive families. It's harrowing, and the likelihood of a relationship this controlling not ending up in a child is very low, essentially down to reproductive system failure. Your account of what he has said / asked for is one of the most disturbing I have read in a long time. I feel like as women in a society plagued by various dating pitfalls, e.g. commitment issues, occasional sexism, over-sexualization, it can feel commonplace to ignore red flags. This is not a red flag, this is a whole red parade float that's on fire, and the purge siren is blaring from it. I really hope you will never speak to this person again. I can almost guarantee this person will be a captor of sorts one day. She won't. She'll keep asking until some dope says it's fine. A few years from now, she'll be trapped with a kid in this man's hell. You mean like the government? Except the government didn't say they're willing to pay for us all. Quitting work to be dependent on someone you've only been on a few dates with is not a scenario you want to be in. And he's expecting you to go off social media. I had a partner that made me delete my socials in the past, and I felt so alone, because it was my main source of contact. For a lot of my family and friends just for him to cheat on me. Take the chance you got, end it now. Yes. Those are all huge red flags. Run. One word, run. This is your warning sign. The fact that you are questioning this shows something is wrong. Run and never look back. Get the hell out of there, now. This is just the start of his rules. It will get worse and more controlling. He will attempt to take away your sense of self. He wants an object or a tool, not a relationship. Be careful how you break it off. Go easy or just ghost him. Do not engage in any more conversation with him. Get your friends or someone you trust included in. How you're going to end it, too. Someone you can turn to in case things go sour. Or if you start to feel uncomfortable by him. Chances are, it'll go fine. But you never know, and he may try to pressure you. Or say mean things after you've set the boundary. Having a good person to turn to will help. Mental health professional here. Please don't put yourself in that situation. Thank you for the offer. By doing so, he's trying to isolate you from everyone you know. So that with time, he'll be the only one in your life. And you'll grow so dependent on him that you won't ever leave. It's the biggest red flag. Please don't stay with him. And find a partner who respects you and your space. That guy is going to be very abusive and manipulative. In the extreme. Then after a while you can't have any friends. Monitors your cell phone. And aren't allowed to do anything without him. Get away from him. Yes, that's what I'm scared of. I'm scared that it will escalate. It 100% will. You have got to get out of there. You already know that his behavior isn't healthy. Sorry, but you seem up below intelligence. You've replied thank you to several comments about how this guy is an abuser. Yet you won't say you're done with him. Instead, you're still talking about what you're afraid it could become. Jesus Christ. The dude is an abuser. He will control you. He may kill you one day. Yet here you are, searching for justification to stay with him. He's not a husband nor even a boyfriend. So, either you have zero parental guidance, or you're low IQ. Make it simple. Run away. Go tell any adult in your area with a modicum of sense what you just told us. Good Lord. You don't have to be an asshole. It is easier than you think to end up in an abusive relationship. Have some humanity. I say thank you because I'm trying to be polite. And I really don't know what else to say. You didn't have to call me dumb. Yeah, seriously, what a dick. OP, ignore this guy, you are most definitely not dumb. Respect to you for realizing that the person you are seeing's behavior is scary and looking for help. You're welcome to DM me if you want to talk. I have seen similar situations many times before. This dude is just wearing his abuse on his sleeve. Run. He doesn't want a girlfriend, he wants a sex slave. Leave him immediately. And find a man that wants you to have a life outside of him. Thank you. Leave now. Signs of someone very insecure. Everything he has done is to make you feel like he is all you need. Please, he may be all you dreamed of. But you are going to wake up in a nightmare. Run far and fast. Warning flags all over. Pretty extreme behavior. Run away as far and fast as you can. Best case scenario is he's wildly insecure and prone to fits of irrational jealousy. That's the best possible outcome. You don't want to know what the worst one is. It is good he was upfront about it. He is manipulative and controlling. Leave and do not continue the relationship. Those are narcissist and sociopathic behaviors. Pick up a book about abnormal psychology. Please do not consider a relationship with this individual. Yak care of you. Wait, why are you even entertaining this and asking for advice? Are you going to get an allowance every week? Is that the plan, and if so, what's next? Does he put an app on your phone that tracks what you do all day? Ghost this dude. You are dating a piece of garbage masquerading as a gentleman. You should read up on the signs of abuse. The abuser first tries to isolate their victim from their friends and family. Also, asking you to give up friendships, even if they are male friends, is never okay. Tell him you are incompatible with his rules, and that this isn't going to work for you. Then warn as many people as you know, or even just block straight away. There is no point engaging with a man like this, and it could have bad effects. As someone who had been there, leave while you can. Let him know it's been fun, but you have goals you need to achieve. It starts with ground rules, and once you bend to those it becomes demand and you are forbidden. Later it will be that you don't need female friends either. And you don't need to see your family. Stay away from him and don't look back. If all he does is buy you things and not ask for sexual favors in return, that's not relationship goals. You will want someone who values your opinion and choices. Someone who will support you when you try new things, and allow you to stand on your own. You don't want someone who will only financially support you, but mentally support you and be a partner with you. Not a dictator. Please care for yourself enough that you take care of yourself. You don't need a dictator, you need to love yourself. Break free from this guy. You already see that it's a problem. Otherwise you wouldn't have written anything for public eyes to comment. Trust yourself enough to know you are valuable and worthy on your own. No one else can do that for you. Hoping you set yourself free. Mad red flags. That's known as controlling behavior. 100% no good. No negotiation. That mindset cannot be changed. You cannot hope for it to get better. I would also mention, don't just not accept the ground rules. If it is what they want, it will continually manifest itself. Dump him. Yes, that is totally abusive. He wants you to be dependent on him by not working and isolated. He wants to control what you expose to your friends on social media. Quite frankly, he is probably trying to turn you out. At some point it will become, have sex with my friends because you don't pay any bills. But he paid for all the dates and didn't ask for anything sexual. Jesus Christ, society has set a low bar for our daughters. He doesn't trust you enough to be loyal, so he wants to cut your contacts. And quitting your job would mean that you'd depend on him more. He should either accept that you have male friends, social media and a job, or you should stop seeing him. At least he put his offer beforehand. Those are the conditions to be with him. Nobody should dictate your life other than yourself. Unless you're still dependent on your parents. If you choose to be with him, you would be giving up your freedom of being who you are. Bad exchange. Get the hell out of there. In relationships there must be compromises. But they are not sacrifices. Your friends are the ones you chose. You are the one who decides who is worth having beside. Not him. If he is that possessive starting the relationship, he will be even more possessive later. And even more if you end up marrying him. I'm always the one to say work through it. But no way in fucking hell would I recommend working through this with him. He needs therapy. He is highly insecure, to the point that he will damage you in the process. His level of insecurity could even potentially cause him to be physically abusive. Bad signs, you should leave. If he wants someone like that, better find one that already checks all those boxes. If you accept this, you are entering into an abusive relationship. He love-bombed you to reel you in and is now trying to control you. By you relying on him for separating you via no social media. Which will likely progress into no texting without showing him. And then is gaslighting into making you think this is all reasonable. It will only get worse. Your gut instinct is spot on. Run. And don't look back. This where as an 18-year-old, you become an adult. An adult capable of taking care of herself and her own well-being. There will be plenty more after this, and there should be. It was a nice experience up to now, and it's time for you to move on. Do not get any more involved and move on. Listen to what we're all saying here. Listen to your gut as well, because you would not have posted on here if you didn't already know what you need to do. You needed confirmation and you have it. Nope, 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 nope. Walk away now while you can get out clean. Consider yourself lucky that this fool hasn't perfected his subtleties yet, and basically laid out the isolation plan in rule form. Dump him, girl. He's separating you from the world, so he can do what he wants to you and you won't be able to leave. Oh sweets, this is just the beginning. I dated a man who tried stripping me of my freedom. My best friend is a male, he's like a brother to me. And none of my partners in the past ever had an issue except for him. He told me I used my social media as a thirst trap. I literally post pictures of my dog or my art. Sounds more like a dictator than a partner. Move on, you'll find someone who's okay with you being you. All the best. Run for the hills. Not a single person has the right to tell you that you cannot have social media or male friends. You are an adult now and are empowered with the, sometimes, scary freedom to make whatever choices you want. Good or bad, they are your decisions and a learning curve for your life. Oh yeah. He can't control his jealousy but want to control you. That pretty obvious that he will manipulate and gaslight you. He could change, but it works in single way. If he wants to do it. If you have enough patience for that, you can try. But before it hurts, think twice. When I first read ground rules I thought maybe it would just be so you know where each other's boundaries are, but this is insane. No male friends and social media. He seems like an abusive and controlling type. Don't put risky pics on IG is a fair point. Also pay a little attention to who your male friends are. Is not a bad point either. That would be me. Ask yourself why he would ask these things of you. None of the reasons come from logic. Instead they come from his own insecurities. Because he knows that he is not going to treat you the way you deserve, so other men have a chance of catching your eye. A secure, stable man will not ask this of you. And that's what you should be searching for. People who manipulate and control others are always likable in the beginning. Almost every horror story revolving around relationships starts with "it was perfect in the beginning. We were so in love." Yeah, that was the plan. You have only been seeing him for a short time. It's not hard for some people to act a certain way for a short time to pull you in and get you to the point of being isolated before the overtly shitty behavior comes out. I know you like him OP, but you're 18. You'll find more people you like in no time. The first real relationship I ever had, and the first time I had sex I was 19 and I kinda settled. Because of insecurity and fear I wouldn't be able to find anyone else I liked. Which led to a relatively shitty year and a half relationship. Since then, I'm 27 now, however. I've had 3 more meaningful relationships and a few casual ones. Like there's plenty of people out there. Very bad vibes. Yes, this is how control and abuse can start. Run. Far and fast. Psycho alert. Thanks for watching my video. Hope it would be a help for your decision.